So in that last one, we wrote out this little script here that is basically saying, hey, once the document is ready, then run that alert that says hello. And we refreshed it and it says hello. Right. So that's a very simple way of using jQuery. You can have alerts come through and run them at any time. Now they can get annoying, right? So I can actually put as many alerts as I want to, and that's where you might see something like, okay. Eventually it might say, hey, do you want to block alerts from this page? In this case, we're working in a development server, so Chrome might ignore that. But if you put this on a live one, it's definitely going to have that problem. And also, we don't want to do that to our users anyway. But really, the main part of here is this is where we now get started with our code. This is like saying jQuery is ready to roll. That's it. That's all that it's saying right there. So we can do all sorts of stuff with our jQuery. Now, the key thing here is what this is called. This right here is called a selector. So how it works is you do a $sign and then parentheses, and you have some selector in here. Now, in this case, the selector was the actual document or the actual web page, right? So the entire web page is loaded. Another selector is like the body selector. So we put it into a string, and we can say something like CSS, and we'll do background color, and we'll say red. We save that. We refresh. Boom! Background color is red. Now, the actual CSS equivalent to that, if you aren't that familiar, is using the same sort of selector inside of a style tag. So we would say body, and then background color, red. Right, so that's the exact same. Using, and to comment things out, you put some slashes in front of it, and we refresh. Oops, we've got body color red, not a string of red. Refresh, and there we go. Right, so those are actually equivalent to each other. But something that jQuery can do that you really can't do in CSS as easily, you can do this thing called set time out. And what set time out is, it's a function that will run after a certain amount of time. So let's say, for instance, 5 seconds. This number right here is in milliseconds. So set timeout, I can actually change the color after that certain amount of time. So I refresh in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Our color has changed. So it gives us this like ability to add some user interface functionality sort of things just by writing some fairly basic code. Granted, this might look a little foreign to you, especially if you're coming from Python, but this is allowing us to manipulate our entire system really, really well. So that's selectors. That's one of the basics of selectors, but we're going to talk about a lot more in just a moment. So stay with us.